Greetings Co-Processors, this is Ian with Verbal Processing, and I am back. And I am back with Lords of Uberdark. Now, I have permission from the creator of Lords of Uberdark to play this game and post it up on YouTube, and that is just what I'm going to do. Now, it is a very, very early build of the game. Here are the controls in the game. Let's see, Lords of Uberdark. This is the first alpha, so this is the first build out of alpha. He was very kind to share it with me. The movement keys are WASD, and they work just like you'd expect. The number keys select materials that you've gathered, and I'll show you a little bit about that in a moment. Mouse is obviously for moving around, but it's also used to build, and I'll explain that possibly in a future video in more detail. As you can see, it's a landscape, a randomly generated landscape here, or a procedurally generated landscape with random elements, if we want to get technical about the whole affair. And it looks like, now I'm no expert on the subject, but this looks like a straight height map generated landscape, probably based on simplex noise or Perlin noise. And if you're geeky and techie and you want to learn more about those concepts, I suggest checking out Wikipedia. I think noise generating is pretty fascinating to me, but in any case. And you start off with your pickaxe. Right now there are no other tools in the game that I'm aware of. I've seen torches in other videos, but I have not yet figured out how to give myself a torch or how to craft a torch. So this is, like I said, this is just into the alpha stage, which means that really just the bare bones of features have been implemented. But if you take a look at Aaron Bishop, the creator of the game, Aaron Bishop's Kickstarter page, you will see that he has some pretty sweet plans for this game. Now, it's not unusual for an indie developer to have a very early stage game with a lot of plans and have that not come to fruition. But in this case, Aaron has won a somewhat record-breaking, if I don't miss my guess, Kickstarter funding in the amount of $20,000 for the continued development of Lords of the Uberdark. Thanks to just the compelling visuals and the nature of the game, and probably in large part to a couple of tweets by Notch regarding the Kickstarter funding and his opinion of the game. A lot of fans of, I presume, Minecraft and indie game development in general came through and funded this game to the tune of, I think, up to $22,000. So Aaron, I believe, had stated on his Kickstarter that is going to be used to pay the artist, used to make sure that he doesn't have to concentrate as much on day job work, and he can spend more time concentrating on the game. And I believe there's also some equipment purchases built into that figure. So congratulations to Aaron, whom I do not know personally, but I've just reached out to him by email, and I'm hopefully I will get to know him because I really like what he's done with this game concept here. I'm a big fan of voxels. It's the first thing I thought about, this sort of, organic voxel rendering the landscape. It's the first thing I thought about when I saw Minecraft for the first time. Well, I like the art style of Minecraft quite a lot, and I love the flexibility that's inherent there. Just sort of like the idea that you can, it's like pixel art. Part of, one of the most popular aspects of making things in Minecraft, of course, is the pixel art making, and obviously the block world lends itself to that. But there's a sculptural opportunity within Lords of Uberdark, just as far as the building and the creative side goes, that I think is going to yield some really cool looking stuff, especially once the lighting engine is finished and perspective, and we have the ability to render some really amazing forms within the lighting space. So as I'm just hollowed out the side of this mountain here. There's really, you could just carve through whatever surfaces around you, and your materials build up. As you can see over on the left there, the materials that you have collected are build up in that interface, which you use by selecting the items with the number keys. And then you can hold down the right mouse button to get this little painting interface, and you literally just paint down surfaces just like that. Now, there's some interesting interface challenges that Aaron is going to be, I don't want to say facing, because I'm sure he's got plans for them. This is obviously sort of one of the first blushes at how this is going to come together. And he's already got a pretty cool way of building. What I do find is that it's a little bit challenging to figure out where if you're building, say, a column like this, it's a little bit difficult to figure out what the angle is going to be. And I think it has a bit to do with the angle of the surface on which you're standing. So it might be perpendicular to the view plane, something along those lines. But it's by no means difficult to start building away, and it's pretty damn satisfying and cool to see the material sort of crumble together. Is what I want to say about this effect. It's sort of little dust and rocks and debris falling all around, and magically the elements are just building up from out of that. And the smooth blend from one material to the other is also really, really cool. I have a feeling that as this project matures and is more gamified and the world is made larger and more elaborate, we're going to see some really, really cool and amazing structures. Let's see. So building is done by holding the right mouse button, and then you can use the W and S keys to move the cursor or the paintbrush closer and further away. Now, in some videos that Aaron has released, in the video Aaron released, I noticed that the cursor was a square. I haven't figured out how to change that, or if it is indeed even possible to change to a square in this build. So I'm going to keep an eye out for how to do that. But for the moment, I have a sphere. And I also discovered that, I believe it's the O key. Yeah, the O key will change the texture of the stone if it's underneath of the cursor. And actually, I think the P key will change it to like sort of an underground stone texture. So I'm not sure what the plans are for that. It's probably just for testing purposes to see how they look in different situations. However, it is kind of cool to be able to put in the cobblestone action here. And just, even though everything about the world is organic, at least with the sphere brush, and so you kind of get this crazy scattered brick effect, but I think that it kind of works. There's sort of a style to it, an aesthetic that comes across even with the bricks wrapped around a crazy helter-skelter sort of columnar organic piece of geometry that I really dig. My little castle. It's not Castle Grayskull. What's Snake Mountain? Is that Skeletor's lair? I should start working on Snake Mountain immediately. So this has been just a quick first look. Oh, I can't say for sure that it's an exclusive, but I'm very happy to be among the first people that have gotten a chance to play and record and post on YouTube some early footage of Lords of Uberdark. I think this is going to be a really amazingly fun game. I'm happy that it's going to come a lot further than it is now thanks to the funding. I will definitely be doing more with this game. Actually, I'll probably be doing more today just to cover some other things that I'm sure people want to know about. But just for the moment, for the sake of getting the word out there and taking a look at the possibilities, I think I'm going to close this one up. So this has been Ian with Verbal Processing, and this has been Lords of Uberdark by Aaron Bishop. Lords of Uberdark by Aaron Bishop. Congratulations for winning Kickstarter, Aaron. And we're looking forward to a lot of new content and features, and I wish you well for the release of the alpha Minecraft style, so you can pay to get into the alpha starting, I believe he last announced, on the 10th of August. So 2 days from now, the 10th of August, you can look him up on Google, or I'll link down in the comments to the appropriate sites, and you will be able to jump on board. Looking forward to seeing you all there. Cheers.